Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't feel old, but my body keeps trying to convince me otherwise? Maybe you wake up a little stiffer than you used to. Maybe your energy doesn't last as long through the day. Or maybe you're just wondering what you can do now after 65 to stay strong, sharp, and full of life. The good news is you're not powerless, not even close. Aging doesn't have to mean slowing down or giving up on the things you love. In fact, with just a few small changes, you can actually add years to your life, and better yet, life to your years. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about claiming the quality of life you deserve. And it starts with your habits. The little things you do each day are more powerful than you think. They quietly shape your health, your mindset, and even how long you'll be here to enjoy the people and passions you care about most. Today, we're going to walk through 7 simple but powerful habits that can help you live longer and feel better, starting right now. These aren't extreme. They don't require fancy equipment or expensive supplements, just real, doable actions that work. Let's start with the first one, because it's probably the easiest to ignore, yet one of the most powerful. Start your mornings with movement. And no, I don't mean an hour-long gym session. I'm talking about 5 to 10 minutes of gentle stretching, walking around your home, or doing a few light movements to get your blood flowing. When we're younger, our bodies can jump right into action. But after 65, our joints stiffen overnight. Circulation slows, and our muscles need a little wake-up call. You might notice it most in your back, hips, or knees. Just a simple habit of moving your body right after you get out of bed sends a message. I'm still alive, I'm still strong, and I'm ready for today. It activates your circulation, reduces stiffness, and sets the tone for a more energized, mobile day. And here's a bonus. It actually boosts your mood too. If you've ever noticed that sluggish mornings seem to carry a cloud over your whole day, try this. Stand tall, lift your arms overhead, take a few deep breaths, stretch side to side. Then, take a few laps around your living room. It doesn't have to look like exercise. It just needs to feel like life moving through your body again. Now, if you're wondering whether something that small can really make a difference, remember this. Health doesn't hinge on huge changes. It builds from the tiny choices you make every single day, and those early minutes after waking up are gold. They're a signal to your body and brain. Today, we move forward. The second habit that quietly adds years to your life is staying hydrated, but doing it the right way. A lot of people think dehydration only happens on hot summer days or when you're sweating. But actually, many seniors live in a constant state of mild dehydration, especially in cooler weather when thirst is less noticeable. That low-level dehydration can mess with your memory, your digestion, your joints, and even your heart health. But here's where it gets interesting. Drinking water isn't just about quantity. It's also about timing. Try sipping a full glass of water first thing in the morning. After a night's sleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. Think of it like this. Your organs are waking up too, and water is their fuel. That first glass of water helps flush out toxins, jumpstarts your metabolism, and improves mental clarity. And throughout the day, don't wait until you feel thirsty. Make it a habit to sip water slowly, especially between meals. Some people find it helpful to carry a small bottle with them, even around the house. Not just to drink, but to remind themselves that staying hydrated is just as important now as ever. Herbal teas, infused waters with slices of lemon or cucumber, even warm broth-based soups can count toward your fluid intake. And if plain water feels boring, change it up. You deserve hydration that feels like a treat, not a chore. Let's not forget that water also helps with regularity, and I know nobody likes to talk about digestion. But the truth is, constipation, is a common struggle as we age, and it can drag down your mood, energy, and even your sleep. A simple hydration habit can change all that. Now that we're moving in the morning and keeping our bodies hydrated, let's talk about something just as important, but often pushed aside: purpose. The third habit that truly adds life to your years is waking up with a reason. Not a chore list, a reason, something you look forward to, something that stirs your spirit. Maybe it's a daily phone call with a friend. Maybe it's working on your garden or your woodworking project. Maybe it's volunteering, learning something new, or just walking to the park and saying hello to the same dog walkers you see each week. It doesn't have to be grand, but it has to matter to you. Having a sense of purpose has been linked in numerous studies to longer life, lower rates of depression, and better cognitive health. It's like a natural medicine for the soul and the brain. The Japanese even have a word for it: ikigai, the thing that gets you up in the morning. And if you're thinking, I don't really have anything like that right now, don't worry, you're not alone. Many people feel lost after retirement, or after losing a partner or friends. But it's never too late to discover something that lights you up. Start small. Maybe it's writing letters to your grandchildren, or taking photos of your neighborhood trees each week and seeing how they change, or making soup and delivering it to someone who needs a little love. When you create moments of purpose in your day, your mind stays sharper, your emotions stay steadier, and your days feel more meaningful, not just filled with time, but with life. Now that we've started with movement, hydration, and purpose, all simple but powerful habits that truly make a difference, there's more to explore. Let's keep going, because the next habit is one that not only adds years to your life, but also improves the quality of every single day you live. It's all about staying connected. Human beings are wired for connection. No matter how independent we are, we still need people. Real, warm, meaningful relationships. And after 65, when retirement settles in and social circles begin to shrink, it becomes even more important to protect and nurture those connections. Loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a health risk. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases your risk of heart disease, depression, dementia, and even early death. But here's the good news. Even just one or two genuine connections can make a powerful difference. You don't need a crowd. You just need connection. That might mean calling an old friend once a week or joining a walking group in your neighborhood. It could be attending a community center class, even if it's just for an hour, or something as simple as chatting with your neighbor or saying hello to someone at the grocery store. The key is consistency, showing up for people and letting them show up for you. If you've ever felt like people are too busy or that you might be a burden, let me reassure you, you are not. People are more grateful for your presence than you think. Sometimes they're just waiting for you to make the first move. A quick message, a smile, a shared memory. That's how it begins. And slowly, those moments become threads that stitch together a life that feels rich, warm, and connected. There's also great value in cross-generational relationships. Spending time with younger people, grandchildren, nieces, neighbors, can spark a kind of energy that no vitamin can replace. It helps you stay mentally active, keeps you engaged with the world, and gives you a sense of relevance. You have wisdom, humor, and stories to share, and the world still needs them. Don't underestimate the gift of your presence. While connection nourishes your emotional life, another habit works hand in hand with it to keep your mind sharp, learning something new. It doesn't matter whether it's a language, a craft, a dance, or a new piece of technology. The act of learning is what counts. You might think, at my age, do I really need to keep learning? The answer is a resounding yes. Because when you stop learning, your brain starts slowing down. But when you challenge it, stretch it, give it something to chew on, your brain responds with growth, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Think of your brain like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens. But if you keep giving it new challenges, it stays strong and resilient. And it doesn't have to be academic. Even learning a new recipe, playing a new board game, or trying to figure out how to use your smartphone's new features counts. You don't need to master it. The trying is what matters. Maybe it's time to finally learn how to paint or play that instrument you always loved. Maybe it's reading books about places you've never visited or watching documentaries that open up new parts of the world. And if you're feeling brave, try something that feels a little out of your comfort zone. Growth doesn't stop with age. In many ways, it's just beginning, because now you have the freedom to learn for the joy of it, not for grades or deadlines. Let me give you a little story. A woman named Sarah, 72 years old, had never used a computer in her life. Her granddaughter offered to teach her, and Sarah was hesitant. "I'm too old for this," she said. But a few months later, she was emailing, video calling, and even joining online book clubs. Her world opened up, and she felt more connected and alive than she had in years. That's the power of learning. Not just the skill itself, but the confidence and vitality that comes with it. These habits, connection and curiosity, don't just add years to your life. They make those years vibrant, interesting, and deeply satisfying. And that brings us to another important piece of the puzzle, something many people don't talk about enough, but it's crucial if you want to live long and live well. Sleep. Yes, good old-fashioned sleep. After 65, your sleep patterns change. You might find yourself waking up earlier, having trouble falling asleep, or waking up during the night. And while that's normal to some extent, chronic poor sleep takes a toll on your memory, your immune system, your mood, and even your heart health. Getting enough rest isn't a luxury. It's a vital part of your body's repair system. During deep sleep, your brain clears out toxins, your muscles rebuild, and your organs get a chance to rest. Think of it as maintenance for the most important machine in your life, your body. If sleep has become a struggle, try setting a regular bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. Avoid caffeine late in the day, keep your bedroom cool and quiet, and create a calming bedtime routine. Maybe that's reading a few pages of a book, listening to soft music, or taking a warm bath. Your body thrives on rhythm, and the more you can keep a consistent routine, the better your sleep will be. And here's something you might not know. Going outside during the day, especially in the morning, can help regulate your sleep at night. Natural light signals your brain to stay awake during the day and wind down at night. So even a 15-minute walk outside after breakfast can do wonders for your sleep. Getting quality sleep might seem like a small thing, but it can be the turning point for so many other areas of your life. More energy, better focus, fewer aches and pains, and even a stronger immune system. All from the simple act of honoring your body's need for rest. Each of these habits, moving in the morning, staying hydrated, finding purpose, staying connected, learning new things, and getting better sleep, may seem small on their own, but together they create a powerful foundation for a longer, healthier, more joyful life. Let's keep building on this momentum, because there's still one more habit we haven't talked about yet, one that ties them all together and truly helps you thrive, not just survive in your later years. And that final habit, the one that ties everything together and gives real meaning to the years you're adding to your life, is cultivating gratitude. Now, I know that might sound simple, maybe even too simple to matter, but don't underestimate it. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces for emotional well-being, physical health, and longevity. And the best part? It doesn't cost a thing. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about finding light even when the days feel dark. It's about choosing to focus on what is still working instead of what's been lost. After 65, it's easy to start keeping a mental list of the things that have changed. Aches in the joints, energy that's not what it used to be, friends and loved ones who may no longer be here. These are real. But alongside those losses, there's also wisdom, freedom, perspective, and the ability to savor life's smallest pleasures in a way that youth can't always understand. You see, gratitude doesn't just make you feel better emotionally, it actually changes your brain and body. Studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly sleep better, experience fewer aches and pains, have lower blood pressure, and even show signs of slower cognitive decline. It shifts your body out of stress mode and into healing mode. That's no small thing. So how do you actually do it? It doesn't have to be complicated. Some people keep a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things every night that made them smile, helped them, or simply felt good. Others start the day by saying out loud one thing they're thankful for before they even get out of bed. You might find it helpful to share your gratitude with others, telling someone, "I really appreciate you," or "Thank you for being here," can make you feel better too. And don't worry if it feels a little awkward at first. Like any habit, it takes time to feel natural. But the more you practice gratitude, the more your brain starts to look for the good automatically. It's like training your mind to be your ally instead of your critic. Let me tell you a story. A gentleman named Robert, 78, lost his wife after 50 years of marriage. For a long time, he struggled, understandably so. But one day he started a small routine. Every evening he'd write one sentence about something good that happened that day. At first it was hard. Some days the best he could write was, "The coffee tasted good." But slowly those entries grew. Saw a beautiful sunrise. Talked to my granddaughter. Walked a little farther than yesterday. And over time, Robert said he felt like he wasn't just surviving anymore. He was living again. That's the quiet, powerful work of gratitude. And here's something you might not expect. It helps others around you too. When you're grateful, you become more present. You listen more, smile more, and encourage others without even realizing it. That energy spreads. Gratitude is contagious in the best way. By choosing gratitude, you're making a decision not to let the challenges define you. You're choosing to see life not as something winding down, but something still full of moments to be cherished. And that mindset, more than any supplement or health trend, is what helps you live longer and live better. So, let's take a step back for a moment. Think about everything we've talked about today. These habits, moving your body gently every morning, drinking water with intention, waking up with purpose, staying socially connected, keeping your mind learning, sleeping well, and practicing gratitude aren't quick fixes. They're daily choices. Small, simple, and powerful. They don't require a gym membership, expensive equipment, or drastic changes to your life. What they do require is your commitment to yourself, your belief that you're worth the time and care. Because you are. Every step you take, literally and figuratively, matters. Every time you choose to go outside for a short walk instead of staying in your chair. Every time you reach for a glass of water instead of another cup of coffee. Every time you call someone just to say hello. These are not little things. These are life-changing things, and if you're watching this and thinking, "I haven't done any of this and I'm too old to start," let me say this clearly. It is never too late. Not at 65. Not at 75. Not at 95. You can always begin again. Even if today you only pick one of these habits to try, just one, you're already doing something good for your body, your mind, and your spirit. Remember, health isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about building a life you enjoy waking up to. It's about feeling proud of how you care for yourself. It's about knowing that your days still matter, and that there are more of them waiting to be filled with joy, connection, movement, laughter, and meaning. So, what's the first habit you want to start today? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Share your thoughts, your stories, or just say hi. You're part of a growing community of people who believe that aging isn't the end of the road. It's the beginning of a new, powerful chapter. And if this video gave you even a little spark of motivation, give it a like and consider subscribing. We've got more practical, inspiring content coming your way, and we'd love to have you along for the journey. Here's to living your longest, healthiest, happiest life, one small habit at a time. You've got this.